Good morning. Good morning. It's about to be good afternoon any second. Welcome to the show. And just to let everybody know, it is Thursday. It is Thursday midday at the moment, midday 12 o'clock on the 22nd. So if you've just pressed play and it isn't Thursday at midday on the 22nd, it means you're watching on playback, but you are most welcome. If you're watching live, fantastic. Welcome to the show. As you can see, I have coming back our wonderful, we always look forward to you coming back, Linda from Riviera Travel. Good afternoon, Linda.
Thanks for having me back. Yeah, it's a bit of a dreary day here. I'm happy to be talking about sunnier climates, which will be nice.
Absolutely. And of course, from PFC HQ, from the Solo Holiday Forum by Passion for Cruises, we have the wonderful Daryl. Good afternoon, Daryl.
Good afternoon, Peter. Thank you for having me back. Obviously, this is my second time this week. So obviously, yeah, chuffed to be on twice in a week. That's a new accolade for me.
Absolutely. And coming up, folks, that's the number, by the way. That's a local number, 02920. You got the number there. This is what we're going to be talking about because we have a really exciting opportunity here. We have the Grand Tour of Australia. This gives you an idea of what's coming up. It's an 18-night dedicated solo escorted tour. And it looks absolutely incredible, Linda. It really does.
Oh yeah, I'm sure people are going to be excited to hear about it. Australia's got so many highlights. You can see them now, like so beautiful and so much wildlife as well. And wildlife you can't see anywhere else as well, which is really special.
Fantastic. Now, if you're watching live, by the way, please say hello. Please let us know where you're watching from. And please, what a great opportunity to ask Linda or Daryl a question. Because I know, Daryl, you've been there as well. We've got some photos to prove it.
You've gone deep in my archive again, have you, Peter?
Oh, dear. Very deep in your archive. Absolutely. As we talked about. And of course, say hello or please ask any questions. So let's get straight onto it. It's the Grand Tour of Australia, solo escorted tour in 2027. 23 experiences included, 18 nights. You've got an idea what the price is going to be. That gives you a feeling of where you're going to be going. It looks absolutely incredible. So, Daryl, please talk us through roughly this itinerary before we hit the deal.
Yeah, no worries, Peter. So just to kind of go through it with you from an itinerary point of view, what's great about this trip, you're getting Sydney, the Rock and Reef, plus you're getting Melbourne, you're getting the Apostles as well, and you're getting obviously Ayers Rock. So if you bring that itinerary back up, I'll run through it, but it is definitely for people who want to do Australia. It's on their bucket list. They want to go there once and once only, but they may be short on time. This trip, from a solo exclusive point of view, is probably the best solo tour out there for Australia that we have on sale at the moment. So you fly from the UK day one. Obviously, you'll arrive into Sydney day two, where you'll spend time in Sydney, which, if you haven't been before, is just a magnificent city. And surprisingly, you can get a lot done on foot as well, which makes it what I really like about the city. You'll then venture up to the Blue Mountains. You'll then visit Brisbane. You'll get Cairns. You'll go on to the scenic railway into what is known as the Australian rainforest. You'll see the Great Barrier Reef. Obviously, spend some more time in Cairns, and then you'll go on to where you'll see Ayers Rock. You've then got Melbourne to kind of nearly to finish up. You then move on to the Great Ocean Road. You'll get Puffing Billy and Phillip Island, and then you depart Australia. But as you can see, in those 19 days, 18 nights, there's a lot you cover. So you'll stay in so you'll stay in some of the Australia's greatest cities. And what for me is really important is, as I've just mentioned, Sydney is absolutely spectacular. I was really, really impressed with Sydney. And what you do notice with Sydney is just the little things like seeing the bridge, seeing the Opera House. And it is played, being a British person, Australia plays quite an iconic place in our hearts because it's featured a lot on our TVs. And obviously there is that bond. So yeah, so you get to see all these great cities. And I'll give you an example. Like I say, when I went to Melbourne, I was just fascinated by Melbourne. So yet again, you've got Brisbane, you've got Cairns, you've got Melbourne, you've got Sydney. So it features all the major cities. or the majority of them. You'll see the natural beauty of the Blue Mountains. You'll get to go on the Great Ocean Road coastal drive, and like I say, you'll even get to go on steam trains. So you're getting trains, planes, automobiles. You really are on the Strip. You'll get up close with the local wildlife, and I think that's really, really cool, because you can get to hold a koala in the sanctuaries, which is something that a lot of people want to do because they want to see koalas in the flesh. Obviously, you've got the famous penguin parade as well, which features, I think, the penguin parade is on the back of Linda's bookshelf at the moment, actually, just looking behind.
I love penguins.
Yeah. So there's so much to do on this trip. And like I say, this is perfect for people wanting to do Australia on a bucket list tour. It's with Riviera Travel, so you'll be really well looked after. And there's a lot to do.
This is the wonderful deal, Dale.
So it obviously based on Heathrow flight. So yet again, you'll be met at Heathrow by the Riviera, by a Riviera host. Not necessarily your tour manager, but someone there just to kind of get the group together. So the great thing is you can talk to your solo guests who you'll be traveling alongside beforehand. And the price, Pete, this is really important. We got 2 dates in 2027, 14th of January 27, 18th of November 2027. As you can see, the original price was 8,999. We're doing the January price at 8,799. That's a £200 saving. That's exclusive to PFC, and that's valid until the end of the month. So if anybody wants to secure the 14th of January 2027 at 8,799, they need to book before the end of January, and exactly the same for the 18th of November 2027 at 8,999. That was originally 9,299, so there's a £300 saving on that one. That has to be booked by the end of January to secure that price. We just need a deposit of £500, and as I said, you need to book by the 31st of January. Within the price, you're getting 17 nights in 3- and 4-star accommodation. You're getting 23 included experiences, daily breakfast, 1 lunch, and sunset drinks. Great thing about Australia as well, food's very good, and food isn't too expensive. So if people are going out there, obviously it depends where you eat, but food's easy to find and it's not too expensive. So do bear that in mind. Return flights and transfers, check luggage, the service of an experienced tour manager. So like you say, you've got your tour manager throughout. Riviera will meet you at the departure airport. So at Heathrow, they'll meet you to bring the group together. So even before you take off, you're going to know your fellow solo travelers, and a welcome dinner and drinks to get to know your fellow travelers as well. So there's a lot included over that time. The great thing about us, Peter, as I always mention, we're a local rate number. It's 02920. It's 619961. That number again is 02920 619 961. We've got an incredible sales team, ready to take your calls. And as I've said there, we've got some based in our Cardiff HQ, where I'm based today, and we've got some of our home workers as well, scattered across the UK and Europe.
Wow, what an incredible bucket list. Serious once in a lifetime opportunity for a solo at something which can be affordable for some people as well, which is absolutely fantastic. I know you've both been. I am so jealous. I can't tell you how jealous I am. So, Linda, this looks absolutely incredible. Thank you for giving us the opportunity, our members, to do this. And please talk us through a little bit more about the daily itinerary we'll be doing. We're going to start with days 3 to 4, Linda.
Yeah, so this is a 5-centre trip. So you're not unpacking every day, which is great. And we'll start in Sydney. Sydney, of course, you've got the famous Opera House and the bridge there. And we'll do a guided tour of the Opera House. It actually had a competition for the design. It had over 200 entries. So it could have looked completely different, which is quite interesting. And we'll also go to, we also have an opportunity to do a cruise around the harbour as well. So you can have dinner and see it at night and get really spectacular views from the water, which is amazing. And then we'll also go to Bondi Beach, arguably the most famous beach in all of Australia. You can see it's stunningly beautiful, and it gets loads of surfers as well. But you have some time as free time as well. So, because you want to acclimatise as well, because it's a long flight, but you might want to check out the bridge more, go to Chinatown, one of its other famous beaches like Manly. So, yeah, really nice introduction to Australia.
Well, opportunity to ask Linda questions, folks, as well. So if you want to ask a question, we'll go to any questions or say hello. Let us know where you're watching from. Day 5. This looks amazing.
Yeah, so this is just 40 miles from Sydney. We did a day trip to the Blue Mountains. This is the Three Sisters, famous rock formation in that area. and it's just stunning. And we just explore it on different modes of transport. You'll see a picture in a minute of the world's steepest incline railway, which we use to get around. And then we also go on cable cars, which is the next image, with glass floor. So you just get really amazing views of everything. And you can maybe look out for waterfalls in the area as well. And it's just crazy that it's only 40 miles from Sydney, you know, and it's just like another world, really.
Yeah, amazing. I'm just wow, and look at those lovely skies. What a wonderful, great times of the year to go as well.
Yeah.
Days 6 to 7. We're talking about Brisbane.
Yeah, we'll take a short flight to Brisbane. We'll spend the next 2 nights. We'll do a cruise on the river you can see here, which is a great intro to the city. And then we'll go to the Lone Pine Koala Sanctuary. Like Daryl said, koalas are absolutely amazing. They're like top 3 animals for me. But also in this sanctuary, it's not just koalas. They've got lots of endemic species. They've got kangaroos, wombats, Tasmanian devils as well. And I find it quite interesting. But the fun fact, anyway, for me anyway, is there are more kangaroos in Australia than people. So I just find that incredible.
Wow. And of course, all these flights are included. All the transport's included, isn't it? So much is included in this as well. Days 8 to 11, we're talking about Cairns.
So yeah, we've got 4 nights here. This is Kuranda, world's oldest continually surviving tropical rainforest. So as you can see, we'll explore it by railway. And again, just another absolutely breathtaking scenic day. And then I think for me, this would be the highlight of the whole holiday, Great Barrier Reef. First time I went snorkeling, so I've kind of every other snorkeling experience has been spoiled ever since, because it's so amazing here. I mean, it's actually visible from space, which is insane. You've got 6 different types of turtles here. You've got 400 types of coral, 1,500 species of fish, including Nemo, of course, a famous clownfish. So it's just beautiful. And you can snorkel or you can go on a glass bottom boat as well. And there are other good reefs in the world, but honestly, I don't think anywhere compares to this. You know, this is a sure highlight.
Stunning, isn't it? Absolutely stunning. And day 12 to 13.
Yes, this is what's known as Australia's Red Centre. So we've got Ayers Rock, or Uluru, as it's known now, one of the largest rocks in the world, and it's considered sacred to the local Indigenous people. The colour kind of changes throughout the day, so we'll go at sunrise and sunset to kind of see its different colours. And we don't have an image of it, but we will also go and see Catachuta, which to me is a lot less famous, but to me it's almost as spectacular. Instead of one giant rock, it's like about 36 like domes, but they're all the same color as Uluru. And it's actually my favorite. You know, it's funny sometimes, isn't it, where the thing that's supposed to be the highlight, you prefer something else, but they're both beautiful. And it's just lovely to explore that area.
That is just absolutely stunning. It really is. And now we move on again to Melbourne now.
Yeah, last 4 nights be in Melbourne. It's a lovely city. It's been voted the most livable city in the world so many times. And while we're here, we'll do a guided tour of the city. We'll have free time to explore as well. But then we'll do a day trip onto the Great Ocean Road, Australia's most spectacular coastal highway. And we'll stop for photos at its famous 12 Apostles as well, which is kind of the highlight of the Great Ocean Road. And then we'll go to Phillip Island, which was one of my favorite things I did in Australia. As we know, I love penguins. And it's just incredible here. So they're known the world's smallest penguins, these are. And every night, thousands of them return from the ocean back to their burrows. But they obviously have to watch out for predators, and they're quite skittish. So they kind of look left, they look right, they look left again. And if one of them freaks out a bit, it goes back into the ocean, then you'll find about 20 of them go back in. And bless them, it takes ages for them to get from the ocean to their burrows each night. But you can stand at a respectable distance and just watch all of this happening. And I think, you know, seeing animals in the wild, it's just incredible. You know, it's, yeah, really, really special, I think.
Wow. And just to confirm, by the way, that is the deal. You know the deal, folks. That is a fantastic deal. That is the number to contact. It's a local number. And as I said, Linda, thank you so much, because you obviously, the experience that you've been there, it looks absolutely amazing. It really does. And Dowell, you've also been there as well. And here you are.
Yeah. Many moons ago, I think. Do you know what, Peter? Just looking at those photos, I've got great memories of Australia. And what I think, if I look back, is what this country is amazing for is you've got wildlife, you've got the culture, you've got these modern cities. obviously, like you say, there's definitely I feel like Australia is like a sister or a brother country. I know it's quite far away, but to the UK. So yeah, I felt at home there when I was there, and it was spectacular. And there's a couple of things. I mean,
Talk
Linda,
us through these photos, Darryl.
yeah,
If you
yeah.
want
So
a house. There's a
yeah,
famous house that Darryl is stood
yeah.
outside.
So 10 points to anybody who guesses it, but if not,
We'll
it's
give you a few minutes. We'll give you
yeah, yeah. If
a minute.
anybody wants to, yeah, let's do a little question and answer, see if anybody knows whose house I'm stood outside. But obviously, there's a good picture of me there outside the Sydney Bridge, and that was literally opposite. Kind of, I was stood opposite the Opera House. So the Opera House and the Sydney Bridge are quite close, so you can get some great photos. And for a lot of our customers, they may have children or grandchildren who have done their gap years, gone to Australia like I did when I was younger. But actually, they can do the same kind of tour, obviously in a smaller snapshot, but they're staying in much nicer hotels, where I was staying in hostels when I went, Peter. And also they're getting the knowledge of they're getting the knowledge of the tour managers and the local guides as well. So it is just a fabulous tour. It covers so much, and it's solo exclusive. And as I said,
Yeah.
I, for a living, study all the escorted tours that we sell via many operators to Australia, and I can hand on heart say this is the best one for solos.
Absolutely brilliant. Now, CJ, can you run the video as normal, please? Because I'm going to go through a few people who've done that. I'm just going to move me to the bottom so I disappear from there, which I'm sure most people are going to be very happy with. And let's see who is watching. Jessica, of course. Hey, all from PFC HQ. What a great opportunity, folks. And we have Janet watching from Sheffield. I hope the weather's better in Sheffield. And I'm not sure about London now either, about the weather's like. But welcome from Linda, from watching from London as well. Watching, hello from Ipswich. How are you? Bright sky fireworks. Oh, I love that. Yeah. 2 questions. We have 2 questions, which is great. That's what we want. If you've got questions, great opportunity to ask. Is there a business class upgrade? And is it possible to do tour only?
I can answer that, Peter, and yes to both. The business class upgrade, unfortunately, won't come into range to usually about 10 or 11 months before. So what we could do is we could book you on economy for the time being, and then when the price comes out nearer the time, we could give you the business and even premium economy flight upgrade prices as well. However, if you would rather not take that risk and just book it on tour only, we can do it on tour only. We just have to get you the price on that one.
Thank you for that. And don't forget, if you've got any clue on what house that Darryl will stood outside, please let us know. We will come to that at the end as well. Watching from another beautiful part of the world. Hi, Bev. She's watching from South Africa, a wonderful part of the world. I'm guessing the weather is slightly better in South Africa in the summer than it is at the moment in the UK.
Yeah, and their wine's cheaper and nicer as well. So there you go. You're certainly winning today.
Hi, Paul. Watching from Ilford. Done loads of cruises, but I've never been on a down under. Any flexibility on dates, Darryl?
There is, in the sense of if you didn't want it to be solo specific, because Riviera do run this tour for obviously mixed groups, so i.e. couples, friends, and they will have some solo places on it. So if Paul wants to give us a call in on 02920 619 961, one of our sales team will happily check what we have available through Riviera to do this tour and what dates, and hopefully that can be a date that works for him. If not, then hopefully we'll have this on sale again in the near future for 2028, and maybe those dates will suit Paul better.
Fantastic. Hey, Sharon, how are you? Hope you're good. Afternoon. And which airline do you use from London Heathrow? Asked Jane.
I believe, because it is out of date range, but it's usually Qantas on this particular trip, unless Linda tells me.
Sometimes it's Singapore.
Right, okay.
That we do. It can vary, but the last time I looked, we were using Singapore. But it depends. We'll use the best one, you know, for those dates, so it can change. But they're all really good airlines, both of those.
Yeah,
So.
it's Qantas, Singapore, or worst case, Emirates. So 3 amazing airlines. Riviera, I've got to be fair, are always very good with the airlines they work with, their airline partners.
Fantastic. CJ, if you can take us back to a normal position, take the video off, which is fantastic. I will stay at the bottom. Okay, Daryl, let us know, where were you stood out?
So Harold Bishop's house from the Neighbours set. So when I went to Australia the first time in 2007, obviously Neighbours was still going strong, and me and my friend decided to take the Neighbours tour, and I ended up outside Harold Bishop's house. So there you go, and that was just in Melbourne. And what was fascinating about it, for anybody who used to watch Neighbours, on a Tuesday, if you lived in that street that was known as Ramsey Street, you had to close your curtains, make sure you didn't leave the house or drive outside the house, so they could do all their filming.
Fantastic. Yeah. Big Neighbours fan, eh, Daryl? Yeah. I'm sure we all were as well, because we grew up with Neighbours, Home and Away, and many, many more as well. There, just to go through again, just to let you know, that is the wonderful deal. That's the wonderful dates. Great opportunity. We have this opportunity until the 31st of January, folks. 14th of January, 2027, 18th of November, 2027. As always, this is our local number to call, so give the team a call. They are waiting to talk to you, to get yourself booked in this once in a lifetime bucket list opportunity. Linda, as always, thank you so much for coming on. We really appreciate it, especially the fact that you've been there. Again, I'm so jealous. It looks absolutely incredible. It really does. And of course, Daryl, as always, from PFC HQ. And of course, behind the scenes, who's put everything together, produces the show, done a wonderful job as always. CJ, thank you so much for your help as well. We really appreciate it behind the scenes.
Thank you. You're welcome.
And of course, we also have the wonderful Luke as well, who's there, who's also behind the scenes when he needs to be as well. Folks, most importantly, it's thanks to our members who are watching. This is a wonderful opportunity for a bucket list, once in a lifetime trip to Australia. It really is. Thank you again, Linda, and Riviera Travel, to put this opportunity to our members. And most importantly, thank you to all our members for watching. I hope that some of you can grab this. And just going to finish off with, thank you for all the information. We really appreciate that, Jane. We really do. Thanks, folks. We'll see everybody in the very near future with some more. Bye, folks.